Have you ever held a book and wondered how it came to be? Today, we take for granted the ability to hold a world of knowledge in our hands. But 500 years ago, the world was a very different place. It was a world largely without books as we know them, a world where information was a treasure locked away from the vast majority of humanity. In this video, we are going to travel back in time to explore the single invention that unlocked that treasure chest and changed the course of human history forever: the printing press. Before the mid-15th century, every book in Europe was a precious, handmade object. They were copied by hand, a painstakingly slow process that could take months, or even years, for a single volume. Imagine a monk in a dimly lit monastery, hunched over a desk day after day, meticulously recreating each letter with a quill and ink. This was the reality of creating a book. Because of this laborious process, knowledge was a luxury. Books were incredibly rare and expensive. They were so valuable that they were often chained to desks in monasteries and universities, accessible only to a tiny, privileged elite of priests and scholars. For the average person, the world of books was as distant as the moon. The vast ocean of human thought and discovery was simply out of reach. But then, a goldsmith from Mainz, Germany, had an idea that would change everything. An idea that would shatter the chains on knowledge and unleash a revolution that echoes to this day. His name was Johannes Gutenberg. Gutenberg wasn't a scholar or a king. He was a craftsman, and like any great innovator, he didn't invent something out of thin air. Instead, his genius was in combining several existing technologies in a completely new and revolutionary way. His key innovation was movable type. Instead of carving an entire page onto a single block of wood, he created individual letters cast in a durable metal alloy. These letters could be arranged and rearranged to form any text imaginable. An entire page could be set in type, with each letter and space precisely placed, then locked into a frame. This single page of type could then be used to print hundreds, or even thousands, of identical copies. This was a monumental leap forward. To make it all work, he developed a special oil-based ink that would adhere beautifully to the metal type but not soak through the paper. Finally, he adapted a screw press, the same kind used for making wine or pressing olives, to apply firm, even pressure, pressing the paper onto the inked type. The result was nothing short of miraculous. A single printing press could produce more books in a week than an entire monastery scriptorium could in a year. The efficiency was staggering. Gutenberg's first major project, a stunning edition of the Bible, was completed around 1455. Each page was a masterpiece of clarity and consistency, a testament to the power of his new machine. The age of the printed book had begun, and the world would never be the same. Gutenberg tried to keep his invention a secret, but a revolution this powerful could not be contained. The technology spread like wildfire. Within just 50 years of the Gutenberg Bible's completion, printing presses were operating in over 200 cities across Europe. An estimated 20 million books had been printed in that short time. More books than had likely been produced by scribes in the entire previous millennium. This explosion of information had world-changing consequences. Suddenly, new ideas could travel faster and further than ever before. Take the case of a German monk named Martin Luther. In 1517, he wrote his 95 Theses, a document criticizing certain practices of the Catholic Church. In the past, his ideas might have been easily suppressed, confined to a small local debate. But thanks to the printing press, his theses were copied, printed, and distributed across Germany in mere weeks, and across Europe in months. This sparked a continent-wide debate that ignited the Protestant Reformation, a movement that reshaped the religious and political landscape of Europe forever. The press also fueled the scientific revolution. Scientists like Copernicus, Galileo, and Vesalius could now share their discoveries, theories, and anatomical drawings with a wide audience. Their books, complete with precise diagrams and data, could be printed and distributed, allowing other scientists to verify debates and build upon their work at an unprecedented speed. Knowledge became a collaborative, accelerating enterprise. This led to the rise of a public sphere, where ideas about government, rights, and society could be debated in pamphlets and newspapers. This new climate of open discourse paved the way for the Enlightenment and the age of democratic revolutions. Knowledge was no longer controlled by the few. It was finally being handed to the many. Looking back, the printing press was the internet of its day. It was the first true revolution in mass communication. The original information. It fundamentally rewired society by democratizing knowledge. It broke the monopoly on information held by the elite and laid the foundation for mass literacy, universal education, and the very concept of a modern, informed society. Every time we open a book, read a newspaper, or even scroll through text on our phones, we are living in the world that Gutenberg built. The journey from a hand-copied manuscript to the digital text on your screen is a long one, but it all started with that simple, brilliant idea. It is a powerful reminder that sometimes, the most world-changing revolutions don't begin with a sword or a crown, but with a single well-placed letter. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey through history. If you found this story as fascinating as we do, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the ideas and inventions that shaped our world. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious.